Books I read in May. Hello fairies, and welcome to another video diary. We're gonna start today's off with some book journaling. So first things first, of course, is setting the ambiance. So I'm just lighting some candles and some of my favorite handmade incense. And I'm really excited for today's spread because I was actually inspired by one of my comfort creators, Noah Maria, and yeah, she recently did a book journal spread for summer TBR, and I was inspired to make my own. So I'm just getting my journal out, which I love how I decorated the cover of it. And then I'm just gonna gather some supplies that I'm potentially going to use. So scrap paper, pens, colored pencils, ribbon of course, Mod Podge, and some scraps of paper I might use. So I'm just cutting out these illustrated page borders from this print. I think it would be really lovely with the idea I have. And yeah, I'm just gonna glue those down. I think there are a lot of details from these page borders that I just really love and feels very summer, like with the birds and the little fairies and flowers. I just love this print. I struggle to open my Mod Podge every single time. This actually took me forever. You can see me literally shaking trying to get this open. Probably because I do that. I just pour it right in the lid, but it's just less waste, so that's what I do. And this is no means a perfect or tidy process. I'm just trying to work quickly before the glue dries out, and so it's messy and chaotic, but I have no expectations for myself on this. I just want creative nourishment, and I'm not aiming for perfection here, so apologies if it's a little chaotic. Next, I'm using an old paper bag, and I'm just gonna cut and tear it up. Here, I just casted some magic. Oh, there you go. Perfectly glued down. Now it's time to write everything down. So I'm doing my title, and then I'll just start jotting down some highly anticipated books or books that I've just been wanting to read for a really long time, or maybe I've been saving them for summertime. I also threw on some authors that I've really wanted to get into their work, and I think summertime is a perfect opportunity for newness and discovery. you spot one of your favorite books on here or something you've read in the past, let me know in the comments what you think about it. I'm honestly so excited for all of these. Now for my favorite part, adding some cute ribbon, and I'm just making little bows that I'm going to add in the middle to kind of bring some balance and make it feel whole. Just adding some last details, and of course we have to add some adorable little twinkling stars. So this is the final result. I'm really happy with it. It was such a fun, creative outlet and a good way to spend the afternoon. I just love all the little details. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little ASMR book journaling session. Welcome back for another bookish chat. Today we're going to talk about books I read in May, what I thought about them, and if I think you should read them too. Also, sorry about the lighting. The sun keeps coming in and out, so it's probably going to be all over the place. So let's talk about them. I have to start off with Babel by R.F. Kuang. This book, I feel that no review I give this book can do it justice. This is an incredible, impactful, memorable read. It discusses language, colonialism, race and class, revolution, and I just think that this is an incredible piece of work. R.F. Kuang is such a creative writer, and you can tell how intelligent of a person she is through her writing. I just think that there is so much you can take away from this. By the end of it, I was like that last 10% or so, I was sobbing uncontrollably. It was like I just didn't expect that ending. The story evolves into something so great, larger than you could have imagined. And I feel like time in this book was felt. Like I feel like I was with these students as the years hazed by, and then through the fast-paced moments as well. I just felt that I was there and feeling it that entire time, and I think that just goes back to the quality of writing in this. I think about language so differently now, just in the sense of breaking it down to its core and the power that language holds. Remarkable read, highly recommend this book. I really want to read The Poppy War. So many people have told me to read that, and I am going to one day, but I am actually so scared. I feel that I might not be prepared for the emotional damage in these books, because I've seen what people have said about The Poppy War. I've seen people reading it and they're reading vlogs and they're crying, they're crushed, and that's how I felt about this book. It was completely worth it, yes. Like, I'm gonna have to send her my therapy bill or something because I have to read it. Like, I have to read it, but it's going to hurt. So, Babel, yes, read this. The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. Yes, read this. Rachel Gillig really knows how to write a unique magic system. The world itself is so enchanting and dark. To me, this book sounds like the song golden brown. I feel like it has a medieval element to it. It has dream divination, knight's omens, gothic castles, sentient forest, sprites, talking gargoyles. I was just absolutely immersed in this story. I truly loved the characters so much, and I think the character development and the underlying themes were just really lovely and written really well. This might be a little bit of an unpopular opinion, but I do think this is my favorite of Rachel Gillig's. But yes, highly recommend this if you're in the mood for a gothic, enchanting, magical read. Definitely pick this up. The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This is a YA fantasy. So many of my mutuals have been recommending this series to me for so long, and I finally picked it up. I've been flying through it. I'm currently reading Queen of Nothing, which is the third book in the series, but I'm reading the series with the 2 novellas mixed in. Like I said before in a past video when I shared a book haul, it's the mischievous kind of bargains, tricks phase. And so I really enjoyed that because there's so much whimsy and dark, eerie elements in the land of fairy. But I will say, this is a really popular series. If you're reading this going in expecting like a romance, fantasy romance, don't go in reading it for that. Romance is a subplot, and this is really a political fantasy. It's full of deceit and betrayal, political maneuvering in the games of fairy court life. We have a strong female main character, and she's just trying to carve her own path of power in a world that despises what she is and who she is. I binged the Lost Sisters novella and then The Wicked King, mostly in the last month of May, but I finished them on the 1st of June, so I'm just gonna include them in my June books. There are some parts that fall flat for me, but I'm still interested enough in the characters and stories and how it'll turn out that I just have to keep reading. I think that's another thing that's done well about this book, is each chapter is kind of left off to where you're like, I have to know what happens next. So it's very easy to binge, and I feel that's why I keep reading too, is because I'm like, I need more of everything. I recommend this one, I like it. Okay, another one we're gonna talk about is Nocticadia by Carrie Lake. Carrie Lake is another author that is really talented at writing unique plot lines and atmospheres with complex characters, and especially when it comes to a dark gothic kind of ambiance. Nocticadia is a chilling, skin-crawling read, at least it was for me. Definitely check your trigger warnings before reading this one. I listened to the audiobook and the performance was done so well, so it was just a really entertaining read for me. I think there are some fun plot twists, and yeah, at this point I will read anything that Carrie Lake writes, so definitely recommend this one as well. Oh, and how could I forget to add, it's in a dark academia setting, so read this. Okay, the sun came back out for my least favorite book I read this month, which is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. This is a part of that Dream Harbor series. This book, I'm not going to spend much time on this book. I would describe this as a Hallmark movie in book form. So you know what I'm saying? It's cute, it's cozy, but is it cringe and kind of annoying? Yes. Is it pretty surface level? Yes. Are some of the decisions questionable? Yes. But is it set in a cute, cozy town with interesting characters that have whimsical tendencies? Yes. This is a maybe because I think this is good for the right moment. Also, though, I will say is I'm not really into contemporary reads, romance. I do like literary fiction, but I don't know. I'm just not there yet with contemporary romance, and maybe I won't get there. But yeah, so maybe on this one. So those are my May reads. There are a couple books that I'm still currently in the middle of, so I'll talk about those in my June reading wrap up. But as far as May, we had some pretty good reads for the most part. So yeah, let me know what you were reading. books in the mail that I ordered a few weeks ago from Blackwell's. Also, if you're wondering what this is, it's in the back of my video sometimes. It's just my Kindle stand for when I read at night and don't want to hold it. But anyways, I made a little ASMR unboxing on my TikTok if you want to go and watch that. But I just wanted to show y'all what I got because these are going to be books that I'm going to try to read in June. I physically can't wait any longer to read these books because I've been wanting to read them for so long, painfully long. But I'm also stubborn, and if I want a specific edition to read the physical book in, I will wait until I have that edition. So yeah, I did order these from Blackwell's because UK just does it better with their book covers. I even checked like thrift stores. This is a top tier book haul. So let me stop hyping it up and just show you the books I got. Okay, I decided to get out of my bed to show y'all these. First one is Madonna in a Fur Coat by Sabahattin Ali, and I apologize for my pronunciation on that. This is the book I am definitely most excited for. I've been wanting to read this for forever now. I really want to go into this book blind, and I do know one element, but essentially it's about a Turkish man in 1920s Berlin who falls in love with an artist. It's also a very short story, so I really want to prioritize a time when I can just read this in one sitting, but I think I'm gonna start it as soon as possible. I just can't wait to dive into this story. So that's Madonna in a Fur Coat. If We Were Villains by ML Rio. This is one that's recommended if you enjoyed The Secret History or those kinds of mysterious academic settings, and I'm really in the mood for that right now, so I'm really excited to see what this one's all about. Last up is Pandora's Jar by Natalie Haynes. Natalie Haynes is an auto-buy author for me. She writes feminist mythology retellings exceptionally. I think she has a certain wit and humor, almost like a sarcastic tone to her writing that I really enjoy because it always holds a deeper meaning and just lands every time. But yeah, this is a collection of stories about women in Greek myths, and also the art for the book is just so pretty. I love that Picasso art style. It says that illustration was by, oh god, I'm not gonna know how to say this, Petra Borner? Petra Borner? Maybe? So good job, Petra. Very pretty. But yeah, I can't wait to read this one. That's my little short and sweet book haul. Once again, I ordered all of these from Blackwell's. These are being added to my June TBR, so I can't wait to dive into them this month.